Okay, so here's an impromptu video. Welcome to another unfortunate episode of White Lithium Eurotrash. So you saw in my last video how I installed the new distributor on the Land Cruiser, right? Well, it turns out, so we get going and I'm with my daughter and we're going up to Milwaukee, okay? And the cat, as always. And as you know, this car has left me stranded before on the failure of the electric fuel pump, okay? Which was obviously replaced with the mechanical fuel pump, the OEM one. And so we're about 30 miles away and all of a sudden going down about 55 miles an hour and all of a sudden the car just completely cuts off, right? Pull it into a farmyard, nothing. And I look at the fuel filter, looks like it's getting fuel. Okay, we've got a spark problem. Surprise, surprise. So I've changed, what have I changed? I've changed the fuel pump, I've changed the distributor. Call up the company, Performance Distributor Incorporated, and they're like, yeah, we had about a month ago, we had a bad batch of components where the module is bad. I'm like, guys, here's the situation. We pull off the road into this gravel road by a farm, and there's nothing I'm gonna do. So call my ex-wife. She comes, picks us up. Okay, and luckily, Performance Distributor was kind enough to next day air Saturday delivery. I was like, guys, I'm broken down by the side of the road here. Can you send me a part? And luckily they next day air me a new MOSFET, a new high current distributor module, okay? And supposedly this is the component that's failed. So we're gonna go and try and fix it by the side of the road. Unfortunately, that piece of garbage cat is gonna have to come with us. And so I'm gonna bring a couple things. If this doesn't fix it, who knows? Here's all I'm bringing. Hey, this awesome kit from Hazet has like everything. It goes down small. I'm gonna need a nut driver. I've got bits. I've got a Phillips. Got a flathead. Everything in there. One little case. Gonna bring a couple pairs of pliers. And I've made this wire in case I need to bypass the relay for some reason. And so let's go. Let's see if we can make it work. Tengo que disfrutar una Rioja mientras estamos manejando al coche. Augie. All right, here's where she is in the resting spot. Let's get to work. All right, so let's get this cap off quick, and we'll see. The sadder situation is what's gonna happen if this component doesn't fix the problem, because then I'm gonna be forced with towing the car. And you can see the component right there, which is some sort of field effect transistor. Exactly the component I would have expected to fail. Removed the rotor. Now let's remove the suspected piece. Obviously this is the piece that all the energy is going through to produce the spark. Included with the new part is some thermally conductive paste. I will note that it is different than the paste. This paste that was on here is more of a clearish color than the whitish color here. Wiping the excess of the old thermally conducting paste off. I've put the new stuff on. I'm gonna kind of do a little of this, get it all over. Okay. All right. Obviously, the housing of the distributor is acting as. All right, that's all there is to it. Got the new part reinstalled. Let's put this crazy looking rotor back on, and let's try. Those kind of, how every once in a while you have these kind of please God moments when you have an old car. This for me is one of those. All right, we've got it back together. Do I have everything together? Got this relay together. All this stuff is plugged in. Because this towing a car sucks. It's gonna cost me $300-400 to tow a car. and it really sucks. So I really, really hope this works. Here we go. Fuses. If only you were the problem, fuses. Wouldn't that have been great if you were the problem? All right, here we go. Key goes in. Off. Oh, she wanted to start. And we're running again. Woohoo! But for how long are we running? But for how long? Nice and smooth too. I gotta say, this ignition does work great. It really pours the coals to it direct from the battery through this relay. The car is fixed.
Okay. Is it running?
Yes, it's running as we speak.